So I wanted to create a quick video explaining how to use Hypothesis. And the main reason I want to do this is that some things have changed with Hypothesis since we used it last summer for Design Forward. And it's a little bit more complicated than it used to be. So I hope this video helps anybody who maybe runs into issues. Right now, what I'm sharing here is a screen from our orientation for Design Forward. That's the resource orientation. It includes instructions on how to use Hypothesis. These instructions will appear on any resource page in any of our modules. Same exact instructions. So if you get confused, if you get lost, if you can't remember, just go to resources for your module and you'll find them. If you already have a Hypothesis account, all you need to do is make sure you know your username and password and can log in. And if that's the case, you would click this second link in step one and log into Hypothesis. The browser's actually auto-populating with my official Hypothesis account. I'm not logged in right now. If you've forgotten your password, you can go ahead and click on Forgot Your Password. But basically, you just need to make sure you know your username and you know your password. If you're new to Hypothesis, you're going to click on this link, Sign Up for One Now. And from there, you're going to click the Create Account button. And I'm going to go ahead and create a new kind of just placeholder account to show you how this works. So I'm going to sign up with email. I'm hoping this will work to use my Gmail account, but with this is kind of like a trick that you can use with Gmail that you can add on plus something to your username in Gmail, and it'll allow you to create an account with a different email using that. But I'm just realizing that's my email, so I'm going to put that here. And then for my username, I'm just going to do mbertus test hypo. And then for password, I use a password generator, password manager. So I'm going to allow it to generate a password for me, and I'm going to use that. You can use whatever password you like. I'm going to agree to the guidelines. I don't want to receive news. And then I'm going to click sign up. That's going to get saved to my password manager. I have two password managers. And now I need to go to my email, and there's going to be a confirmation link that I need to click. It's probably going to be in updates. Maybe not. Let me just search for Hypothesis in here. And I haven't gotten it. Maybe it went to spam. There it is. It was in spam. So I'm going to validate and activate my new account. So now I have this new account, mbertus test hypo, which is what I'm going to use to demonstrate going forward. And I'm going to go ahead and log in. And this just takes me to my user page for Hypothesis, not a page that you're going to spend much time on, but that's a great place for us to jump back to this resource module and move on to step two. So step two, after I've logged in, is I'm going to join the Design Forward Hypothesis annotation group. So for that, I'm going to click on this link. That's all it takes is to just click Join Design Forward. And I'm going to get over here all of the members. We have 233 members in Design Forward. These are just people who've participated in modules over the years. And my new account should be listed in here somewhere. Yep, mbertus test hypo. And you'll see it has a 0 next to it because this account has not made any annotations yet. So now I'm going to jump back to the module again. And this is where things get a little bit tricky, and it depends on what browser you're using. The best browser to work with Hypothesis is Chrome. So if you're a Chrome user, great, you're all set. It is possible also to use it with Firefox and Safari. I've never used it with Microsoft Edge. I'm on a Mac. I don't have Microsoft Edge. I don't know anybody who uses Microsoft Edge. I think these bookmarklets, though, that I've linked to here will work. But if you run into a problem with Edge, please reach out to us. We'll see what we can do. I'm going to jump into Chrome now and show you how that works. Okay, so I've jumped over to Chrome, and I am on the same page for Design Forward, the resources page. And I'm going to click on the Chrome official extension link, and I'm going to choose to add that to Chrome. If you don't use extensions in Chrome, or haven't before, these are just tiny little programs that allow you to do more with your browser. This is on the Chrome Web Store, so it's an official extension. And I'm going to choose to add that to my browser. And it shows up right here in my pinned extensions. If for some reason it does not show up, oh, it actually does not show, it just highlighted it there. So it's in my extensions, but it is not pinned. So if I click on my little puzzle piece icon there, I can choose to pin hypothesis, which is going to make it show up always up there in my toolbar, which makes it just easier to do these annotations. So now back, I've signed up for an account, I've joined the group, I've installed the Chrome extension. Now I just need to start annotating. So I'm going to click on the reading for orientation. And as soon as I'm in here, I'm going to open up that hypothesis. If it doesn't open automatically, I'm just going to open up that hypothesis side panel. You'll see it appear here on the right with a little arrow. I need to log in now to the extension. And my browser did that for me automatically, again, probably because I use a password manager. If you need to, you can just enter your password and log in and password again. And now you can start annotating. There's a little getting started here to explain what to do. One thing to remember is that you joined this Design Forward group, and this is really important. Right now, if you make a annotation, it is going to show up as a public annotation available to the whole world, which is fine, except that we won't necessarily see it then in our cohort. So you want to always make sure that when you open this bar, you have Design Forward chosen. These are just annotations by folks within the Design Forward community. And once you change this, that should stick. So if you go to another reading, it should default to whatever group you were in last. And if you were in Design Forward, it will default to that. You can read other people's annotations, you can respond to them, and then of course you can come in here, make your own highlight and choose, just sort of select some text that you want to comment on. And when you are ready to write your annotation, just choose annotate. Um, And when I'm ready, I click Post to Design Forward. This is another place where if you wanted to, you can make an annotation only to yourself, but then we won't see it. So it's not very helpful for the group. So you can just click Post to Design Forward. You'll also notice when you highlight text, you have an option to highlight. Highlights are private. You're the only person who sees those. And if you want to remove a highlight or an annotation, you can just click on it and choose the delete button. So that's it for Chrome. And now I'm going to hop back into Firefox and show you how to do it there. Okay, so now I've jumped back into Firefox so I could show you how this works here. So just like in Chrome, we've set up our account. We know our username and password. We've joined the annotation group. But unfortunately, there is not an official extension for Chrome for Hypothesis. There is an unofficial extension. Just like with Chrome, extensions are just small programs that allow you to do other stuff with your browser. I'm going to go ahead and click on this link and talk a little bit about what it is. So the Chrome extension is built by the Hypothesis team. It goes through the same security checks that are needed for kind of official Chrome extensions. Because this is an unofficial extension, it doesn't necessarily have that same security guarantee. And so if you're not comfortable with that, don't worry, you don't have to use this. If you're like, no, I feel like that's okay. There are a lot of people who use this. I use this. I've never had any trouble with it, but that doesn't mean you have to. But if you want to try it, you're going to click on that link. You're going to click Add to Firefox. Make sure when this window pops up that you allow the extension to run in private windows. You have to do that in order to pin it to the bar in Firefox. It's just a requirement with extensions. And then go ahead and click Add. And then you'll also get this confirmation to pin the extension to the toolbar, which I'm going to click OK. And when I did that, it added this little icon. It looks like a little black conversation bubble. So now I'm going to jump back into my resources page, and I'm going to go ahead and start annotating. I'm going to click on the reading. And when I get here, I'm going to click on that hypothesis icon, the unofficial extension icon, and you'll see this sidebar appear just like it did in Chrome. Open that up, click login. You can't see this. It opened up a browser on another screen for me. It's going to ask you to log in and give access to the extension. Um, And then I'm going to make sure, just like in Chrome, that I'm working in the Design Forward group. And from there, the steps are all the same. I can highlight, I can reply, I can annotate, I can delete. Looks just like working with the official extension in Chrome. All right, so that's how you do this if you want to use the unofficial extension. Um, if you are in Chrome or Safari or Firefox or Safari or another browser, and you don't want to use the unofficial extension, your option then is to use what's called a bookmarklet. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let me just close these other tabs. And I'm going to choose Firefox and Safari bookmarklet. It's going to take me to a hypothesis page that has the bookmarklet information. Um, So there's a couple of different ways to do this. The easiest way to do it is, so there's a way to do it on mobile devices. I'm not going to get into that, but literally I'm just going to hover over this hypothesis bookmarklet and I'm going to drag it into my bookmark bar in my browser. And then I'm going to drop it. I'm going to just let it be called hypothesis bookmarklet and click save. Now I'm going to go back one more time to resources, click on that reading one more time. And this time I'm going to click on that bookmarklet when I get here, and the same thing is going to happen. This little sidebar is going to appear. I'm going to click on login. It logs me in, and I can get started with annotating. That's basically it. I know that seems like a lot, but hopefully once you get it set up and you make sure you're always annotating to the Design Forward group, once you get it set up, you should be good to go. If you run into any problems, of course, reach out to the Colab.